What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and Everton have just had their first defeat of the season away at Southampton. A game that, it was fucking disappointing. Let's just say it as it is. That was awful. That was truly awful. Start to finish, Everton couldn't pick up the ball. We didn't dominate possession. We didn't do all of the things that we had done, certainly before the Liverpool game. And you could see, Southampton defensively, Vestergaard won everything in the air, won everything in the sort of defensive third. It was just bad, and then Everton again, they go in. They're sort of overexposed on the right-hand side. James had pulled off it. Godfrey kept on getting sucked into the middle, and it just left acres of space for Redmond and Ward-Prowse to find that pass into Redmond. And we just got completely dominated down that side of the pitch. The ball was coming over constantly. And in the end, we ended up conceding a goal. But weirdly enough, it come from the other side of the pitch. The ball's gone over, and it's gone over Sigurdsson's head. And sort of instead of sort of coming out to it to make himself big, he doesn't get there quick enough. And Ward-Prowse absolutely thunder twats it into the bottom corner of the other side of the goal. Some people may say, could Pickford have got his arm out quick enough? Look, I haven't seen it back to really judge it, and I don't want to sit here and do that. But it was certainly not a good performance from Everton. And then the second goal was pathetic. I don't even think we should talk about the second goal massively. It was just, Che Adams gets his opportunity. Towards the end of the half, ball gets crossed over. Adams just hits it low bottom corner. It was really, really, really bad. It was just awful. Ancelotti went in at half time. He made a change. Bernard come on for Iwobi, who had a shocker. He'd had lots of opportunities to do something with the ball, and he just did nothing. Constantly did nothing with the ball. Really, really didn't help Everton at all. Promise I will get into your comments in a minute, I promise. And again, we dominate. We got dominated. The only highlight of the first half really was Sigurdsson absolutely smashed the crossbar, absolutely rattled the crossbar, and that would have put Everton in. We'd have been 1-0 up, and Everton would have been, we would have saw an Everton step into the ascendancy, I thought, but we didn't do well in this game at all. We got the red card as well in the second half. Luca Dean, again, there was plenty of cop-outs in the stream, absolutely giving it their 20p's worth. Luca Dean's studs get stuck in the boot of Walker-Peters, and he just sort of slides over. It looks a lot worse than it is. He gets a red card. Again, it's one of those, But that's another player out for 3 games, and we're seeing that Everton haven't got the squad depth. We lost Richarlison today, and it was glaringly obvious. And look, we've still got to be positive. We're still top of the league. We go away to Newcastle next week, which is a game that Everton can win. We then get to play Man United at home. Again, it's a game that Everton can win. But this performance today was not good at all. And talking about the substitutions that happened, Delph coming on. I actually thought Delph had a decent game when he come on. Anthony Gordon should definitely start over Iwobi going forward because it was that bad. And Gordon did all right when he come on. But what was really disappointing for me is I actually think as soon as Luca Dean gets sent off, I think you can physically see the Everton players' heads drop. I think it was that bad. It just wasn't great. Ward-Prowse is getting the ball in the middle of the park and he's pulling the strings. The ball's getting spread all over the place. And Everton just couldn't do anything about it. We just couldn't do anything about it. There was numerous opportunities, and even if you look at the stats, Everton got completely dominated the entire game. Southampton had 55% possession. They had 6 shots, 12 shots on 6 shots on target, 12 off target. Everton have had 2. It's been a really, really, really poor game at the office today, where Everton have been completely dominated by Southampton, and there's nothing anyone can do to get around that. And Look, a lot of people were saying Danny Ings, he always scores against us. Well, today he's created the 2 opportunities for Southampton to get both of their goals today, which is massively disappointing. Let's get into your comments. Stephen Thomas, at least it wasn't 7-2. Absolutely right. Toffee girl, what a shit show that was. Couldn't agree more. Dave Clark, I'm sorry, but blaming John. It's the first game watch along he's missed and we lost. For fuck's sake, John. Absolutely. For fuck's sake, John. You'll all be pleased to know that John will be back next week. You'll be pleased to know. Everton Botches. Iwobi only scored 1 goal in his Everton career. What are you expecting? Absolutely. Just Kane or Cian. He scored 2, but okay. Everton Botches. Well, a horrible game of football to watch. Yeah, it was awful. Alex Jordan Levitius. Iwobi should never play again. It was a truly shocking performance. Really awful game. That's Ziz Azizov. Attacking, poor defending. SDB, Everton are back where they belong, mid-table mediocrity. I wonder if you're a Liverpool fan. Gethin Hughes, karma shows that cheats never prosper the world. Shortest total challenge in history. Find that hilarious coming from a red shite. KM, since 1995, there's a lot of red shite in here. Tommy the Butcher, obsessed Liverpool fan here. There's loads of them. Everton botches. Iwobi killed the attack. Such a boring game to watch. It was shit. It was, from an Everton perspective, it was poor. You know, Southampton fans, they'll be over the moon at that because they have genuinely just dominated against a team that hasn't really been dominated this season. Yes, there were spells in the Liverpool game, but Everton looked equally as dangerous. You know, we hit the crossbar, we hit the post, we scored a goal. You know, there was a ball across the box for Dominic Calvert-Lewin in that Liverpool game. We did nothing in this game. You know, there was no opportunity of real note bar the 25-yard hit from Sigurdsson, which spatted the upright. I tell you what, there's absolutely loads of comments here. Absolutely loads. ML TDM in 2 games, Richie is back and we need him. FGA, they outplayed us big time. Absolutely. Me, myself and I, what the fuck? I thought all your fans were Scousers. Yep, lick your dad. Cal Blundell, let's not overreact. Was top of the league, gets keep faith. Exactly. And that's what we've got to do. We go into the Newcastle game next week and we've got to go there and reaffirm our authority. There's no way Ancelotti is going to be happy with that performance. None, zero. And the way that we were set up today, Godfrey at right back, James on the right as well. We just got completely overexposed there. Godfrey, look, his first debut for Everton, first start, he had a poor game, and I'm not saying that because he's a poor player. I don't think he's, but I definitely don't think he's a right back. You know, I know we bought in, and I know he says he can play right back. For me, he can't play right back. I'd keep him in the heart of that defence. Joao Andres GD, Everton needs much better bench players, but the team never had options to make it any better. Absolutely. And this is where we're going to see squad depth is going to be a really big issue for Everton this season. Hydro Gamer, the back looks so open today. It really did. I didn't think Allen or Decore did a very good job at holding the middle of that park tight today. You know, Ward-Prowse was literally allowed acres in the middle of that park. Like, he had the whole of Southampton to just do what he likes, playing them balls into Redmond or over to the other side for those balls to be whipped in. And Everton defensively, again, the positioning at times, Mina is out of position and they get their second goal. It was just poor. It was just fucking poor. There's no getting around that. Brian Hine, still top of the league, need to improve, bounce back from that. Some poor performances from players who had big opportunities. Exactly. Iwobi. He had a massive opportunity today. And the first sort of 10 minutes, I thought he looked a real outlet. You know, he was getting on the ball. He was using his pace. It soon died. Joey, 11. Bernard, awful, half-hearted. I think as well with Bernard, he's physically not up to it. You know, he's physically not up to it, and it's not a criticism of his. He can't do what he can't do, but he's just not a Premier League player. Hydro Gamer, Carlo underestimated Southampton, quite possibly. Sir Stubber, still top of the league, absolutely. Joey 11, did anyone watch Liverpool yesterday? No, mate, don't bother. Joao Andres, Everton need better bench players, that's why, yeah, as said earlier. Sheffield United outplayed Liverpool, can't argue with that. Jimmy Graham, the rest of the squad need to learn to play together for us to progress this season, absolutely. But again, if we'd have said as a group of fans at the start of the season, Everton are going to have 13 points after 6 games. We probably all take it. So I'm certainly not going to sit here and absolutely criticise the team or Ancelotti, but it hasn't been good enough today. It's been a poor performance. But this is a Southampton team that went and got a 3-3 draw with Chelsea last week after being 3-0 down or whatever it was. They're not a bad side. There'll be lots of teams that go to Southampton and lose this season, to quote that fucking dickhead Souness. What else we got in there? We got absolutely loads. Kevlar 137 need a dangerous winger and a backup striker. Yeah, I think we proved that today. Home LFC. Everton is massively improved from last season. Learn from this. Try your best. No need to lose your heads over this. Lots of games still. Credit to you. Credit to you, Home LFC there. Very fair point. UK Connor. Gordon looks miles better than Iwobi, Bernard and Doucouré. Allen kept the game at 2-0. Yeah, I thought Doucouré didn't have a great game. I thought Iwobi was shocking. I thought Godfrey was a fish out of water at right back. I thought Gordon, had a really good game. And I think Delph did as well. Brian Haim, Iwobi bullshitted us with a couple of sub-performances to get his opportunity, and he's bottled it, absolutely. Joan Mulhern looks like playing Rodriguez was a mistake, was looking to come off last 10 minutes. Yeah, it looked like he was holding his hamstring. Yeah, we could really struggle. The next few games. James and Gylfi don't work together. This was an opportunity for Gylfi Sigurdsson today because he was dropped because of Gomez. Gomez doesn't shoot on sight. Gomez doesn't, Gomez is sort of an anchor player because he slows everything down. And actually, I think that might have been what we needed today because Sigurdsson's not done well today. Bar hitting the crossbar, he's not had a great game today. But I certainly don't think he was the worst. Everton was first. What did Digne do? To be honest, he just makes a mistake. He literally just stands on Walker Peters' foot. It's a complete accident. But he stood to get caught in the back of his boot and he goes down. And it looked worse than what I think it was. AMAC really think the decision not to take up the option of Sidibe is biting us on the arse. I can't comment to that. I can't. I'd rather stick my nan at right back than Sidibe, personally. Indazaz Biz Karandu say, I'm not saying that just in case it doesn't. Home LFC. Oh, I've missed a comment now. Toffee Blues. Digne got a free ride on Peter's foot. Tom Thompson, still top Mikey boy. I'm happy. Exactly. We've just got to keep going. I can't say that name. Monday. What does around comes around. Right, so you read. Simon De Souza, Iwobi shouldn't have even started this game. Completely useless. Sigurdsson shouldn't have been removed. I think it's difficult because I think Delph did a great job. Doucouré was good. Slightning Nyantu, South fuck you with a knife sign. Oh, that's nice of you. Aliko Obo, Everton will never win the league. Well, there won't be performances like that, mate. Kevlar 137. Southampton just had too much energy for us today. They did. They outplayed Everton in the whole park. Santiago Buradgo. Now that Digne is out, we need to see Nkunku. I think he would give us the depth we are missing without Richarlison to link up with Gordon. Do you know what? I think it's a great shout. He will get up and down. He will try and beat people. I'm all for that. It is what it is. We've got to go into the game next week still confident. At the end of the day, we're still top of the league, and irrespective of results next week, even if we lose, we're still in the top 4, which is what Ancelotti's target was at the start of the season. Cop Kid Crazy Kloppo Neverton, brilliant. That's a place in Liverpool, for fuck's sake. Terry Nash, after watching Bernard and Wobi, how long till Nkunku gets a chance further up? To be honest, mate, it can't be long, can it? It can't be long. Jack Parkinson, do you think I should get rid of Rodriguez and Calvert-Lewin? No, I don't. But I do think that the team is going to be affected without mad to say this. I think without Richarlison and Luca Dean, that entire left side could possibly be as weak as the right hand side, which really worries me. I tell you what, the comments. Yeah, strongest civilian like this. Top 4 for now. Still 32 games left. Exactly. And that's the thing. There are 32 games left. There's plenty of time. And this is our first defeat in 6 games. You know, you've got to take it. You've just got to take it on the chin. Jack Parkinson, Dean is the main assister for Calvert-Lewin. He is, but he uses the balls over from James Rodriguez, and even he couldn't get on the ball today. Let's not take anything away from Southampton. They did a really good job today at stemming how good we are. You know, they really did. Tom Cowell, how can we go from so good to so bad? Well, look, we've played a team that's fairly in form. You know, Southampton are 5th in the Premier League now. You know, they're not a bad team at all. Everton have just got to kick on. You know, the next 2 games are vital for Everton. We need to go and get 6 points, in my opinion. You know, we need to go beat Man United at Goodison, and we need to make sure that we beat Newcastle away, which is a tough game, but we did it last season and we can do it again. Jason Taylor, put Ellis Sims up top with DC out. Yep, no problem with that. Me, myself, and I. Last week, you lot behaved like you won the Champions League. Don't cry, cop-outs on our back. I mean, mate, we've had to listen to cop-outs all week going on about a tackle that was mistimed. Man, it's been pathetic from cop-outs and the Echo as well. They've been absolutely pathetic as well. Abigail Barfoot, Southampton played and marked us out of the game. Absolutely, they really, 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 really did. It was astonishing how systematic they were at sort of blocking our attacks. They did a really, really good job. Brian Hine, who's complaining? We aren't biting. Best way to deal with children. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, here's a question, and a lot of people are putting it. Would you rather have given Balassi an opportunity to play in the Premier League over Iwobi? A lot of people are saying it now. Davity D, go on, Saints, beating Everton, getting revenge for their former player. Yep, fair enough. Cheers for that. Jason Taylor, players like Gordon should be playing week in, week out now, gives his all. Yep. John Atkin, Liverpool Echo printed in Manchester. Yeah, well, if it is, it's a shambles. Everton was first. Liverpool lose 7-2 to Villa. Much rather lose 2-0 to Southampton than that. We may struggle. Well, we'll see. Michael Nixon, definitely Balassi all day, gives 100%. Peter Duggan, Balassi, Mr. Unorthodox, no chance. Theo Clunus, James is playing too far from goal. Yep, quite possibly. Patrick Gallagher, it's only one game. One game won't determine season exactly. TG looked like Marco. Do you know what? I was just about to say that. This was a Marco Silva performance. It was gutless. It was gutless. You know, 75 minutes, Luca Dean gets sent off, and Everton look a complete mess. They look like they dropped tools. Ancelotti, there's no way Ancelotti will be happy with that performance, and he will say. Steve Smith enjoyed the watch along, but didn't comment because I ain't got swimming in pool full of rats yet. There was a lot of red shot in the comments, so fair play to you, Steve, mate. And John will be back next week, just so you all know. John's back next week. You know, maybe he'll do a video on sort of Tuesday and sort of, you know, come back and you know, get in front of you again. Gareth Stout, I don't think James will play next game because he looked like he was injured. He looked like he pulled his hamstring. Hydro Gamer 44, Bernard, Iwobi, Gilfie need to be replaced. Absolutely. Eric Lawless played Dean at right back and Nkunku at left back. Well, we can't at the minute because Dean's out now for 3 games. Alex Jordan Levictus, Liverpool were pub team. Jabs 1469. Look at our stats in every game. We produced nowhere near enough chances. We certainly didn't today. Certainly didn't. Andy MD. Other players need to step in if James isn't in the game. Exactly. That's my concern. We are so reliant on Richarlison and James that as soon as them two off the, James couldn't get the ball today. They did a job on him because they knew Richarlison wasn't on the other side to help out. Dominic Calvert-Lewin did nothing today, but I don't necessarily think it was his fault. He had no service. Abigail Barfoot, Bernard will go in January, I think. Brad the Lad, Phil Neville, or Jibril Sadibi. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, look, let's leave it there. There's a lot of red shirts saying a lot of shit here. Random, pathetic shit. At the end of the day, Van Dijk's injured. It was a tackle, for fuck's sake. Get over it, man. Fucking hell, it happened a week ago. He's not dead. He'll be playing in no time soon. Do you get what I mean? He will be back soon. He'll be fit. He'll be strong. He'll be quick. He'll be back to normal. So just fucking steady yourselves. Jevon, Rosario. Everton were lethargic without Gomez today. Missed his off the ball possessional play without him. Yeah, possibly, maybe. Mike, we were crap, mate. Still on top of the league this week, so we move on to the next match. Exactly, Clive. That's exactly what we need. Mina slows Everton down. Don't know. It was just bad defensively all round, to be honest, today. Alex Jordan, RIP, Virgil van Dijk. Well, he's not dead. Scott 1878, we looked unfit. I think that was the least of our issues today. We didn't just look unfit. We looked completely not in the game. First 15 minutes, we sort of looked like we were in it. We started to, as soon as Sigurdsson sort of had that shot, Southampton stepped up and they're just out with us. They're just out with us today. Matty Johnson, do you know what? I mentioned this in the watch long. Coleman's distribution to James was missed today. Do you know what? I actually said, and I will say it again, I actually think he might have been the biggest loss for Everton today because we rely so much on Coleman getting up and down. And although Godfrey did it today, I just don't think he did. He's not a right back. He's not a right back by anyone's fucking stretch of anyone's imagination. Ludwig Smith. Richarlison is so important with this team, with his dribbling and defensive reliance in the hole and the left side. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Matty Johnson, Alan looked tired and demoralised. Do you know what he did at the end of the game? He looked like he was completely off it today. Well, I'm going to give him man of the match. It's really difficult for Everton. Really difficult. I didn't think anyone was massively brilliant. I genuinely think man of the match. I really don't know what to say. I don't know who to give it to. Who would you guys give it to? Who was Everton's man of the match today? Genuinely. Because I haven't got a clue who to give it to. I might consider Michael Keane. Everton Botches, your watch-along made the match interesting, mate. It was a struggle. Judge was brilliant, to be fair to him. Across the Park podcast was brilliant. Man of the match, Matty Johnson's just gone Gordon. Gordon, Pickford, Keane. Yeah, I mean, look, if I was going to go for a man of the match, I would go Keane. Just because he played the entire game. But both Gordon and Delph, it's important to mention Delph. Patrick Gallagher's just got in there as well. Delph had a decent game and he come on as well. But for me, Michael Keane gets my man of the match but it was a woeful performance. So guys, I'm leaving it there. Have a good day, good night, and I will see you soon. Peace.